there, Beer to Whiskey crew. Welcome to this episode of Beer to Whiskey. I'm your host, Russ Heaps, and we're coming to you from the Beer to Whiskey studios high atop Barley's Tap Room in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. It is beer headquarters in the upstate here in South Carolina. This is one of our Big John and Five episodes where I get my good buddy here, Big John Richards, to pick a beer and we discuss it and taste it and enjoy it. But before we really get into all of that, John, what do we want them to do?
We want them to like us. We want them specifically to click on like us.
Yes.
And subscribe to us.
Yes. And those two things. And here's the deal. You see the big thumbs up below us on the screen. Click on that for like. At the end of the video, there's an opportunity to click on some other videos if you would like to watch them. But there's also a round Beer to Whiskey icon, and you can click on that and you will be subscribed, all signed up, and a new video comes out. You'll be notified every week on Thursday at 12 noon East Coast time. And you want to wallow in us spreading the gospel of good taste.
Clearly.
And that's how you do it. So, John,
sometimes we do it with telephones.
Yeah, sometimes we still,
That's not us today.
Yeah, landlines are still alive and well, apparently, at Barley's Tap Room.
Yes.
So what do we have in front of us? Actually, I know let me just say, I know what we have. We're doing this for you. We just did we do these several segments at a time. We just did a Beer 101, and we used this particular beer. But John, what are we doing?
Teaser. There's a whole nother episode about learning the difference between ales and lagers.
That's right.
And it's halfway based on this beer.
Exactly. So
we're drinking Ballast Point Sea Monster Imperial Stout, which is built to be a hammer. It's a big 10%er, but it's also an oatmeal stout. So you get a lot of that more residual sweetness. The unfermentable sugars that are in there creates a lot of body and a lot of sweetness. So it's not super aggressive. It's got a big coffee roast. It's got a lot of dark chocolate going on there. If you want something that really tastes like cocoa,
I'm getting a little fruit too.
There's a little bit
like black cherries.
Absolutely. There's a lot of these imperial stouts and especially barley wines come off with some of that, especially dark fruits. You'll get cherries, you'll get dates and raisins, you'll get some like black currant stuff going on in there. Sure. And this one has that. This one definitely has that fruitiness in the back of it. Lots of the coffee and the chocolate right up front, and then you get that fruitiness in the back, and you get a little bit of the ping of the alcohol, but it's really well concealed in here. So I'm gonna taste it again since
me too. I'm gonna do more than taste it. If you've watched any of these Big John and Fives, we've done some other Ballast Point beers, and they seem to always do a great job.
For as long as they've been a brewery, have been doing great stuff. And as they expand and grow and go literally worldwide, we're doing their thing, they're doing our thing, spreading the gospel of good taste.
Yep.
And like I've said many times, it's the best time in the history of mankind to be a beer drinker, because we got stuff like this.
This is wonderful. Their Victory at Sea Imperial Porter is
maybe Russ's favorite beer.
Is by God one of my favorite beers. And then they do a peanut butter version, which is even like, woo! It's even better. It's even better. I love that stuff.
Yeah, these guys do good work. I mean, you can tell just looking at the glass. You can look at all the way it sticks in there.
Yep.
What we call lacing. Belgian lace is what it started as, and now it's just called lace. But I mean, when it sticks to the side of the glass like that, two things. Couple things are important about that. One is that you've got quality beer that's because there's only a couple of main things that make the foam stick to the side of the glass. One is the proteins out of the barley and the grains that are used. So if you're using oatmeal or you're using wheat or one of the other side, sort of side grains.
Sure.
They have a lot more protein than the others. Or if you're using a lot of hops, the hop oils will cause that foam to stick to the side of the glass. And also, very importantly, for those of you watching at home, going to your beer bar, if your lace does not stick to the side of your glass, there's a very good chance that it's not a clean glass. So,
see, there's another. We're all about health and
right.
We're looking. We've got your six. We've got your back.
Exactly. If you find out that your glasses
mine's not exactly sticking.
it's still sticking. But I'm taking my time with mine, and you're swirling yours around a lot more.
I'm drinking mine aggressively.
So one of Russ's finer points.
Yes. So, we should mention, just because we're drinking a Ballast Point, that Ballast Point is in San Diego.
San Diego. Got a big facility out there, and they've opened up a production or maybe just a distribution facility out on the East Coast.
No, they're making beer in Virginia.
Virginia. I thought it was Virginia, but I couldn't remember exactly where. Is Norfolk or Virginia Beach?
I think it's.
It's Stump the Teacher moment. We made Big John.
No,
can't remember what it is.
No, what's the one on the west?
Roanoke?
I think they're in Roanoke.
That might be right.
I think they're in Roanoke.
Somebody big's in Roanoke, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they're in Roanoke.
As it happens, I don't know at all.
I don't know much, but I think I know that. I think I know that.
But yeah, these guys really across the board do good work. Can't go wrong picking up a Ballast Point beer. We're pretty pleased with that.
Anything else you can think of?
I think we covered most of it. I don't know that I mentioned that there's oatmeal.
Yes.
That oatmeal is a thing, but this is actually an oatmeal stout. If I didn't mention that part, so we get that.
In my, I don't have the taste buds where I get the nuances the way you do and other people I know do. I'm not really getting oatmeal out of this at all.
So when I drink oatmeal stouts, I get the texture of French silk pie. And when that texture of silk, that silky kind of mouthfeel hits, I immediately suspect oatmeal.
Okay.
So if that's something that helps you out or helps you guys out at home, oatmeal, for me at least, across the board, really richens and silks out that texture. So there's one for you.
Lovely. See, I learned something else. So that's good. Well, sir.
Plus, I got to talk about pie.
I know, and you love doing that. So, with that, he loves pie. Text
It's a real
Miss
thing.
Lily.
Cheers.
We'll see you next time.